Hey guys, Proxybox90 here with another card a day in the life of an EDH commander. I know it's been a while, but I was hoping to get this series back on track. So I'm going to do that with High Market. So High Market is a land that was just actually printed in the From the Vault realm, so you might have seen it recently. But the reason why it's a pretty sought after land outside of, I think it has some use in Legacy, is because it is pretty good in EDH. It's a very, very good card. What makes it so good? Let's check it out. So High Market is a regular land you tap to add one colorless mana to your mana pool. So it just is a staple land. It doesn't cost you to use it since it does give you mana, even though it's a utility land. And its second ability is tap, sacrifice a creature, you gain 1 life. Now, of course, gaining 1 life doesn't really mean very much. What matters is the sacrifice a creature. A lot of decks have things called sack outlets. There are decks that abuse sacrificing creatures, and then either they have an ability when they're sacrificed or when they die and go to the graveyard, or other cards that when a creature of yours dies, something happens. For example, one of the most famous is Grave Pact, but Grave Pact is whenever a creature of yours dies, one of theirs dies. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. So, for example, if you have that in play and you have another creature, you sack it with High Market and it works. Now, of course, when does sack outlets work the best? When you have creatures that can be recurred. So, for example, for people who are fairly new to the game and in general, in Standard you have something called Gravecrawler. Hello. You're going to see a lot of play in zombies. So, Gravecrawler can be replayed from the graveyard repeatedly as long as you have a zombie in play. So if you have High Market in play with Gravecrawler, you can sacrifice it, replay it, and then sacrifice, replay, and potentially you can do this with regularity. So sacrificing having an outlet that sacrifices is very, very good for many decks. It also allows you in decks that have ways of getting creatures either back from the graveyard into play or into your hand, being able to play something, have its ability work, sacrifice it with, say, High Market, and then bring it back to your hand and play it again, do it again, blah, blah, blah. Basically, High Market acts as a sack outlet. And it's on a land, so it's fairly easy to find in your deck. It's a very, very good card. It's not for every deck, of course, but for the decks that have or need sack outlets, it's absolutely phenomenal for that sort of thing. And it's not really 1v1 or multiplayer. It can be used really in any sort of deck that runs an element of this sacrifice recursion. It's an excellent sack outlet. So anyway, that is High Market. I think it's a pretty good card, and I'm sure people will be using it in their decks. Please check out my channel sponsors below in the description. Look forward to more sponsored videos and more card a day videos in the near future. Proxybox90 signing out. See you guys next time.